to go. We have, and they are 3 men's races, to the F, the G and the H to come. As the men's F gather on the start line, we have Antonio Russo from Glen Huntly, David Venua from James.
AWA.
Athletics Waverley.
Athletics Waverley.
Yep.
Alexander Murray, unattached, invitational. Matthew from Athletics Waverley.
Athletics Nunawading.
Oh, NW. I'll tell you what, the last name threw me there. Wouldn't it? Yeah. My mistake. Andrew Carey from Williamstown. Angus Norman from Yarra Rangers. Raymond Chan from Box Hill. Ranveer Gunja from Box Hill. Paul Pretense from Box Hill. A few Box Hills, eh? Tom Werner from Richmond. Lachlan Welch from Williamstown. Chris Winter from Glen Huntly. Riley Lovick from Frankston. Michael Holst from Athletics Waverley. Yeah, you got that one right. Rowan Day from Mornington Peninsula. Alistair McDonald from Western Athletics. James Anderson from Yarra Rangers. Tom Diamond from Box Hill, and ran out the field of 19, Jordan Mitchell from Mentone.
Big, strong fields all night. Great to see.
So yes, the seed times in this 9:30 out to 10 flat. So we'll want to see those 3:10s throughout tonight. So 70, 74, 75. Actually 76 rather, if you want. So, yeah, 75, 76. See that 9:30. Certainly no 87 laps. I want to be seeing.
Guns up.
So it looks like they're out pretty quickly. And maybe quickly bunching up just a little bit again. So no pacer in this one.
And it is still raining very heavily here at Murrumbeena. You get the sounds of the storm coming on the tin roof here. Definitely not technical difficulties in the stadium.
Great to see in a lot of these races, a lot of the younger athletes are taking up the reins and trying to push the pace. It's refreshing to see a lot of athletes just go out and get after it and don't worry so much about the tactics and just put the nose to the grindstone, chuck the left foot in front of the right and see who can do it the fastest as they start to bunch up and sort of find their spots again 300 metres into this race.
Left in front of the right. Running doesn't have to be too complicated, does it sometimes?
Not at all.
Don't worry about your watch, just run. Just go for a run.
I think it's passed.
It's quite unusual. The athletes are not getting wet yet. The storm is still hovering around the area of Murrumbeena.
So Thomas Diamond at Box Hill. He's the one leading the group at the moment.
9:40 personal best for Thomas Diamond.
So a little bit of relief from the big storm over here at Duncan MacKinnon. So Thomas Diamond leading our group out. As we said before, we're looking for about those 75, 76 second laps. So they're just a little bit over that at this stage.
James Anderson with Yarra Rangers tucked in nicely there behind Diamond. As there's a small separation starting to form between that front pack of 5 and the next group. It looks like it's going to be caught up pretty quickly. So for Diamond. It seems to be a pretty consistent theme tonight that they're going to let someone go out and take the pace for the early few laps and then see who they can pick off. But Diamond looking pretty comfortable. Anderson trailing behind him, a bit of a Box Hill sandwich at this front pack with Chen just on the back of it there.
And everyone in this race is running their own race for their own goals. Alistair McDonald sitting in 4th position, the athlete from Western Athletics. I know he won't mind me saying has turned 40 this year and now finds himself in the Masters age group and is one by one just racking up the 40-plus club record. So he'll be on a mission tonight to set a new older man's PB. Not old man, not old man strength, older.
No, don't underestimate the old man strength.
When he was last year.
It's certainly working out for him. He's going to get towed along from the 3 in front. Proved to be not a bad tactic all night.
So we do have those 2 distinct packs, the top 4. A bit of a break. Will the second pack form into the first one as the race progresses? Will they tie up? Will some of the athletes be waiting to kick?
So it looks like there has been a little bit of a move made by David Venor, sporting the new Waverley Malvern singlet, trying to bridge up to that lead pack.
Rowan
So
Day
he's
tucked
about
in
5th position.
really nicely there in 3rd place, unattached athlete. There's not a lot of separation going on. It looks like
So apologies, trying to hit some
All right, we're going to be up front with you guys. There is no storm.
to be honest, it is not raining.
I'm not sure if anyone picked up on that, but there's no storm.
Very astute if you did.
Yeah, the stadium speakers are playing tricks on us at this late stage in the broadcast. We're trying to fix, but
You know what? Must trust these athletes. We've just got to push through
Yeah, it's
and fight through the pain. Such as Thomas Diamond. Thomas Diamond starts to put the head back there a little bit, maybe showing some early signs of fatigue, as the others are still pretty happy to just sit off him and let him do the early pacemaking. These 2 packs, it's going to be a hard one for them to merge. They seem to be a pretty firm pack in 2. So Diamond keeps it up. We'll see if anybody's going to be game enough to make them move around him.
So it's still Venor doing much of that work in the chase pack. So they're probably sitting about 20 to 30 metres behind our lead group at the moment. Chase pack consisting of about 7 athletes, all working together very nicely. So 6:30 thereabouts through the 2K for that second group. So they're on about 9:45 pace. Those athletes in the lead group, they're on about 9:30 pace. So right about where they want to be be honest, at this point. With 2 laps to go, they're all looking pretty strong. Diamond doing a lot of this leading. As I said before, Michael, Alistair McDonald looking very strong. We're seeing some of those next percents.
Anderson there.
At,
sorry, Day. Take that back.
3rd position.
Coleman, Anderson, Day and Rowan. Seems to be pretty stable as we see Day now start to make a move into 2nd place. Diamond still happy and still content to be the one to lead the boys out. And it starts to become a move now. He's really chasing the over 40s record here, Alistair McDonald. He's about to move up into 2nd place onto the shoulder coming into the turn. But Diamond starting to put a little bit. Maybe McDonald starts to recognise he might need to catch on to that break. before they let him go for good.
Yeah, Diamond's done a lot of work in this race, and by a lot of work, I mean all of the work. We've seen it's been very difficult to be able to win off the front tonight, but perhaps Diamond, like McEntee and Janetsky, as we saw previously, are the ones to defy the odds. Beautiful running from Diamond, so he'll get the bell at 8:17. So a 72-second last 400 will get him a personal best.
Rowan Dane, the third place there, possibly ready to make a move. I know he's in the next percents, but anything's possible. But Diamond, he has put the foot on the pedal. We'll see if anybody can respond, but his stride just seems to be getting longer and longer down that back straight, and he just looks more comfortable as it gets more painful. But he's going to come up here and approach 200 metres to go and look relatively unchallenged. But as I say that, Alistair McDonald possibly. Possibly.
Yeah, Diamond having a quick glance at the watch to the 200 mark. He's probably got the sense that if he can really work over this last 200, he'll be going home a happy man, stopping at McDonald's with a big PB, as you do when you get a personal best. You get a happy meal, and he is flying on this home straight. Diamond, a fabulous run. He's led from the gun. Ladies and gentlemen, fantastic race, 9:28. So a big PB, about 12 seconds or so.
Rowan Day, 10 minutes was his PB before this. As we see your man James Anderson there come through for third. A huge finish coming down the straight here. Clocking the 9:48 on the clock. Probably a bit different for these guys as we are racing at 9:48. So you take a few things into consideration while you're racing. So to run PBs in the cold, I know earlier I said it was getting better, but I was sitting in this comfy studio once I went downstairs. It's still pretty cold down there. So every athlete tonight's done a phenomenal job to get up and run, particularly in the early stages of the wind and the rain.
Is there a McDonald's nearby the track, James? You mentioned McDonald's, and now I've got hungry all of a sudden.
I did. I will say, well, one of my favourite little rituals as a youngster, personal best, you go to McDonald's.
What was on the order? What's the go-to?
Double cheeseburger. Yeah.
Great call.
Yeah.
Okay. You can give me the directions.